My son laughed right along with her. They had no idea I secretly owned the entire Coastal Paradise Resort chain. What I did next left her trembling and begging on her knees. I'm Renee Carter, 72 years old, and I built a 17-property luxury hotel empire from nothing after my husband passed away when our only son, Jay, was just 12. I started with one tiny bed and breakfast, scrubbing toilets and folding linens myself, working 18-hour days until I could buy the next property, and the next. I kept it all quiet from my family. I wanted Jay to love me for me, not for money. Jay, now 47, married Valentina 5 years ago. She's 35, stunning, blonde, always in designer clothes, and treats everyone like staff, including me. She calls me the nanny behind my back and makes me babysit my grandkids, Zuri, 8, and Deshaun, 10, whenever they want a date night. Jay just nods along. When Jay suggested a week at the Coastal Paradise Resort in Miami, my heart leaped. Finally, real family time. I even paid for everything quietly through my corporate account so they wouldn't know. The 4-hour drive down was torture. Jay and Valentina talked non-stop about spa days, yacht dinners, and penthouse suites while I sat in the back like invisible luggage. Every time I tried to speak, Valentina gave one-word answers and Jay ignored me completely. We pulled up to the grand entrance, my pride and joy. White marble, crystal chandeliers, perfect gardens I personally designed. The valets rushed over. Jay handed the keys like he owned the place while Valentina adjusted her sunglasses and whispered, "Penthouse suite. Make it happen." Inside the lobby, my front desk manager Jasmine spotted me. Her eyes widened, but I gave a tiny head shake. "Don't say anything yet." Jay told Jasmine, "Reservation under Carter." We booked the penthouse. Jasmine checked politely. "I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. You're confirmed in our deluxe ocean suite. The penthouse is occupied all week." Valentina's face turned red. "That's unacceptable. Do you know who we are?" I demanded the penthouse. Jasmine stayed calm. "The deluxe suite is beautiful, ma'am. Private balcony, ocean view. I don't want second-rate." Valentina shouted, loud enough for the whole lobby to hear. Heads turned. Phones came out. I stepped forward gently. "Valentina, maybe we can." She whirled on me like I'd insulted her. "Don't you dare speak," she shrieked, pointing right in my face. "Manager, whatever your name is, ignore whatever this old woman says. She's not part of this conversation. She's just the help we brought to watch the kids." The lobby went dead silent. My cheeks burned. Then came the worst part. Jay threw his head back and laughed, a real, amused laugh. "Oh, Valentina, you're awful," he said, wiping a tear. "But she's not wrong. Mom, just go sit down and let us handle this." My own son. The boy I raised alone, sacrificed everything for, laughed while his wife publicly called me a servant. Jasmine looked horrified. Guests whispered and filmed. Valentina kept yelling, "Take the old woman away so she stops embarrassing us." I wanted to vanish, but something stronger held me up. I picked up my small suitcase, kept my back straight, and walked to the elevator. When the doors closed, I caught Jasmine's eye. She gave a tiny nod. She was waiting for my signal. The next 2 days were pure hell. They turned me into an unpaid nanny. Breakfast, Valentina barked orders at staff and told me exactly how to care for her children, as if I hadn't raised one myself. I sat with my back to the ocean view while they took the best seats. After breakfast, Renee, take the kids to the pool. Sunscreen every hour. No snacks. Call me for anything, don't handle it yourself. Jay just scrolled his phone. 6 hours by the pool. The kids stayed glued to tablets. When Zuri finally spoke, it was, "Mom says you used to clean houses for rich people. Is that true?" I gently said, "No, sweetheart. Grandma owns hotels." Deshawn looked up. "Mom says you make up stories because you're ashamed of being poor." My heart cracked. Valentina had poisoned them against me. That night, alone in my room overlooking the ocean I'd worked decades to own, anger finally overtook the hurt. Day 3, they left for a wine tour and told me to stay with the kids all day. I dropped the children at my own kids' club, which I designed, then walked the property. That's when everything changed. Passing the pool bar, I heard familiar voices from a private cabana. Jay and Valentina, supposed to be hours away, laughing with another couple. "She's getting old," Valentina was saying. "Old people don't live forever, if you get my drift." Laughter. "Jay's an only child," she continued. "Everything will be ours eventually. Just a matter of time." The man asked, "Doesn't Renee have money?" Jay snorted. "Mom? She's broke. Lives in a tiny apartment on Social Security. I've been supporting her for years." Lie after lie. I own a $5 million bayfront penthouse. I've quietly paid part of their mortgage, private school tuition, even Valentina's shopping addiction. Valentina went on, dragging her along as annoying, but free childcare. Once she needs real care, straight to a cheap state home. I'm not wiping her butt. Jay chuckled. She actually tells the kids she owns hotels. Delusional. Early dementia, maybe. They all laughed while my world collapsed behind a palm tree. I'd heard enough. I called Jasmine. That evening, when they returned tipsy and ready to dump the kids and go to dinner, I was standing in my doorway blocking them. "We're heading out," Valentina said, barely glancing at me. "Kids are yours." "No," I said calmly. "Call the front desk. Book yourselves another hotel. You're checking out tomorrow morning, and you'll be paying every cent of this trip yourselves." They stared like I'd lost my mind. Jay laughed nervously. "Mom, what are you talking about?" "I overheard everything at the cabana," I said. "Every lie. Every plan to dump me in a home the second I'm inconvenient." Valentina's face twisted. "You were spying." "I own this resort, Valentina. I have every right." I handed Jay a printed statement, years of financial support I'd given them. His eyes widened at the total. Just then, Jasmine arrived with 2 security officers. Valentina screamed, "Tell her she doesn't own anything. She's just a cleaning lady." Jasmine looked at me. I nodded. "Mrs. Renee Carter," Jasmine announced clearly, "is the founder, CEO, and sole owner of all 17 Coastal Paradise properties across the United States." Valentina's face drained of color. Jay stood frozen. I continued, voice steady and strong. "You'll receive a full bill tonight, every meal, spa treatment, cocktail, and room charge. Over $40,000. Pay it, or it goes to collections." "Mom, please," Jay started. "And all financial support ends today. Mortgage help, tuition, credit cards, gone." Valentina dropped to her knees, mascara running. Renee, we're family. Please. Family, I said, doesn't humiliate and plot against each other. Security escorted them to pack. The next morning, they left in silence, luggage in tow, while staff watched. I slept better that night than I had in years. Months later, I vacation with real friends and staff who respect me. My grandkids visit me alone now, we're slowly rebuilding. Jay and Valentina? They're struggling. I learned the hard way, being alone isn't the same as being lonely. And sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is stand up for yourself, even if you're the only one who will.